Hi, I'm Daniela, and I help entrepreneurs with teams to improve their employees' motivation to have better performances and higher retention rates. I have over 17 years experience in the HR field, and I worked in all areas of this field. Today we'll talk about how to hire candidates motivated by your job offers. And we'll start first by explaining what is employee motivation and how it's different from personal motivation. Then what are the costs of bad hires? We'll talk about internal versus external candidates, how to select applications, and how to use tests to determine the candidate's motivation for the job. And of course, about the interview phase, how to prepare for the interview, and to which aspects to pay attention in order to figure out if a candidate is motivated by your job offer. An employee is motivated when he or she gives his best efforts in a consistent way to accomplish the company's goals. So this is the key element, the company's goals, not his personal goals, but the company's goals. And we have three elements here: effort, consistency, and direction. So the amount of effort that the employee puts in to accomplish the company's goals, if he is consistent in giving his efforts, and the direction in which the employee's efforts and consistency are directed. So, for example, a marketing specialist may spend 1 or 2 hours researching the market before he makes a marketing plan, while another one may spend 1 or 2 days gathering the relevant data because he's more motivated and he's willing to put in more efforts to do a good job. Another example, if an employee works hard just 1 or 2 days of the week and the rest of the days he uses to resolve personal issues, or he takes too many breaks in the working time, he discusses too much with his teammates, or he postpones doing important tasks, he is not motivated. And let's take some examples regarding the direction in which the employee gives his efforts. So he may give his efforts in a consistent way, but in the wrong direction. So an employee may spend a lot of time learning a software program that he believes that is beneficial for him if he applies for other jobs, and he may neglect important tasks of his job doing this. Maybe he has to learn this software program, but it's not an important, it's not a priority for the company. Another example, an employee in a sales role may prioritize closing quick deals to meet his monthly targets, even if this means that he disregards the customer needs or he's pushing unnecessary products. On the long term, the company may lose these clients because of these practices. And another common example, a customer service representative may answer to a client email in a way that doesn't resolve that client issues or concerns and doesn't contribute to the customer satisfaction, just to meet the metrics regarding the time spent on a client. And this can lead to loss of that client. Employee motivation may vary over time, increasing or decreasing based on internal or external factors. So, for example, a new employee who was initially highly motivated, he may experience a decrease in motivation because he realized that there's a big difference between his expectations related to the job and reality. Or a person who was hired in a marketing manager position may experience a decline in his motivation because he realized that he has many administrative tasks and he doesn't have time to contribute with his expertise and to help the team members as he wanted. Or an employee who does the same things over and over again for a long period of time may become bored of those tasks, even though at the beginning he loved doing those tasks. Employee motivation is different from personal motivation, but they are linked. So, employee motivation is related to the company's goals, and personal motivation is related to our own personal goals. So, if we want to have motivated employees, we have to link the personal goals to the company's goals. So in this case, we have to identify the candidate's personal motivational drivers and see if you can facilitate uh, those expectations, the candidate expectations in your company, if you can meet the candidate's expectations in your company. So the employees are motivated if by accomplishing the company's goals, they can accomplish their own goals. And this is not limited to the money. They have expectations related to the work conditions, the work environment, the work relationships, how they are lead in the company, and other things. And we have to identify these expectations, what they expect from a job in that particular moment of their lives, and see if we can meet those expectations now or in the future. And I have some questions that will help you figure out where are you now with the hiring process. So take the time to carefully answer them. Use a piece of paper, a notebook, or something that you want. So what do you do now to ensure that you hire candidates motivated by your job offers? Do you have specific questions? What kind of data are you looking for in the selection process? And do you evaluate your hiring process? Do you monitor if your hiring practices lead to good employees? Let's talk now about why it's important to hire motivated candidates by your job offers. Well, in the first place, you will have financial costs if the hire is not working as you expect. So if you make a bad hire, the money that you invested in the recruiting, on the onboarding process, or in training that or those people will be wasted. Were you in this situation in which you hire someone, train them, and then they leave the company? Then there are productivity losses. A poor chosen person may take longer to become productive, or he may contribute in an ineffective way to the team's goals. And even if an a new employee is highly experienced and he has the capacity to accomplish the job's task, if he's not motivated, he will not put in the efforts to do what he has to do in his job. He may postpone tasks, he may use the working time to resolve other issues, maybe personal issues, or he may do things that are not a priority for the company. Also, a bad hire may impact the team morale. So if the current employees have to compensate for the shortcomings of the new employee, they may become frustrated or demotivated. There are also employee turnover costs. So if an employee leaves the company, there will be associated costs with recruiting and onboarding a replacement. Another significant cost of bad hires is related to the company reputation. So if there are frequent bad hires, this can harm the reputation of the company as an employer. It may become more challenging for a company to attract new talents, to attract new people. And this is because in nowadays, everyone can leave a comment, can leave a review on different platforms like Glassdoor or Indeed. They can share their experience in a certain company, and this information will be available to anyone. Also, they can talk with their friends, with their acquaintances about their experience in a certain company, and they can discourage others to seek employment in that specific company. Bad hires can have an impact on customers and clients too. So in customer-facing roles, a poorly chosen employee may damage the relationship with a certain customer, potentially leading to loss of business. For example, an employee who is working in a customer support role may send a response to a client's email that offends him. This can damage the relationship with that client. The client can leave a negative review for the company, and he can also withdraw his purchase.